Hey guys, it's Randy with Doing Cut and Trim. I was actually on YouTube the other day, and I was watching Blake from B&B Lawn Care, and he had a video, start a lawn business for under $1,000 and it got me thinking because when I started my business, there's no way I could have started with $1,000. I didn't have it, and so I figured I would make a video and tell you guys what I had, what I did, and then if I was starting out right now, how I would spend my money and where. So when I started my business, I went on Craigslist and I got a Murray push mower, not self-propelled, on Craigslist for 40 bucks. Started in first, second pull every time. And I used that for the first couple months of my business. And then the trimmer I had was a Ryobi 40-volt trimmer that you could do about 1.5 yards before it needed to be recharged. And then my blower was an 18-volt Ryobi blower that used the batteries that they put in their power tools. It was not a good setup. The battery operated trimmer was okay, but the blower, it would take like 2 batteries per property, and so when I was first starting, I would show up at a property, find an outdoor outlet somewhere, plug the batteries in for the blower, cut the lawn, trim it, and then hopefully by then the batteries would be charged enough that I could blow everything off. In hindsight, I could have just used a broom. But honestly, that didn't even cross my mind, and that would have been actually a lot easier, a lot less stressful. So, so that's what I did. I already had the trimmer and blower, so I didn't have to buy those. They were not ideal. They were very frustrating to use, but I was in business, and you don't make a lot of money with that setup, but you probably will make more than what you're doing at your job. So that's how I started. And now I've got 2 commercial walk behinds that I take everywhere, and my setups I've been able to grow over time, slowly buying equipment. But if I was going to start, if I had to start completely brand new, if I didn't have anything, honestly, I wouldn't spend much money. The first thing I would do is I would go on Craigslist and look for a push mower. Honestly, it's almost not worth trying to get a self-propelled push mower on Craigslist. It's kind of a luck of the draw, and they tend to cost a bit more. If you want a push mower on Craigslist, you're looking at a minimum of 125 bucks, at least in my area too. I would go and look for a push mower, and I wouldn't spend more than 50 bucks on it. That's where I would get my mower. So I would spend $50 on the mower, and the trimmer, honestly, that's the one thing I wouldn't skimp out on. You want a commercial grade trimmer because honestly, it's nice to have really expensive mowers. It's nice to have big mowers, but honestly, cutting grass is very simple. It's not complicated. It does not require fancy equipment to look good. It just doesn't. I've got properties that pay $50 a cut that because of the way the property is, I have to use a push mower. Never had a complaint. I'm in and out in 30 minutes, 45 bucks. So you don't need super nice equipment. So if I had to start from the beginning, I would go on Craigslist, I would get a push mower, not spending more than 50 bucks on it. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. But the one thing that will set you apart is your skill with the trimmer, and that's where you should focus, in my opinion. What you do with your trimmer will determine whether or not the customer likes the job you did. Because you're cutting grass, the wheels are all set at a set height, it's got a spinning blade. As long as your blade's straight, there's no reason the grass should look bad. It's just simple. So, but with the trimmer, that's where it takes the skill. So you want to learn how to use, you learn on your own property or offer to do a friend's for free. But you want to learn how to edge with your trimmer, and you want to learn how to trim around areas, learn how to use the trimmer so that when you're near a mulch bed, it doesn't go, you know, flying everywhere into the bed, you know, because the trimmer spins a certain way, so you can actually get so the grass will just fling it away from the beds instead of in them. So, but you don't want to. You want a nice trimmer. So when I started, I had the Ryobi 40 volt. As soon as I had enough money, I went to Home Depot, because you can get them there, and I got an Echo SRM 225 commercial grade trimmer. That's the absolute lowest quality I would go when you're shopping for a trimmer. It starts easy. There's not a lot of vibration. It works very well. It's not underpowered. It's actually just right. It's strong enough that it's not going to destroy everything you come in contact with. Where it's, you know, like I have a steel FS90R now, and that's much more powerful than the SRM 225, and that thing destroys anything it comes close to. So the SRM 225 from Echo, which is at Home Depot, you can get it for $200. That's the perfect trimmer to start with, and that's the piece of equipment that will set you apart from everybody else. Blower, honestly, if I was starting out in the beginning, I wouldn't even buy one. I would go get a broom. You get it at the dollar store, or you just take one from home. Just make sure your wife doesn't know. But yeah, that's how I would start. So if I had to start my business all over again, and I had to buy everything, I would spend $50 on a mower, $200 on a trimmer. I would need to buy gas cans, but I would just get the cheapo ones. Probably get them at Harbor Freight. I think you get them for like $10 a piece. Another $20 on gas cans. So you're looking at less than $300, and you're in business. And honestly, you'll make that money back almost immediately. All you need to do, go on your property or your mom's or somebody you know, take a picture of the property, mow it, trim it, clean it off, take another picture of the property, post that on Craigslist, letting people know that you got a lawn business. I guarantee you people will contact you. All my advertising has been on Craigslist and Facebook, and I'm the primary support for my family. So it can be done for cheap. Now if you're insistent on buying brand new everything, then you could go to Home Depot and get their cheapest push mower. Honestly, I use it. I have their cheapest push mower. I use it for my business. For those jobs where a big mower is not going to get in there, I use the push mower. You know, it's $140. It works perfect. It's not self-propelled, but honestly, if self-propel is helping you, and if you're out of shape, it will. Believe me. I mean, when I started, I'm still out of shape, but not like I was. But self-propel, if the self-propel is deciding how fast you're not going fast enough. You should be pushing that mower faster than the self-propel can go. So I don't care about the self-propel because it doesn't help me that much, and the mower is super light, so it's not a big deal. So I would buy the push mower from Home Depot. It's $139. I'll post links in the description. I would get the Echo SRM 225 trimmer, and if you absolutely have to have a blower, just get the Homelight cheapo blower that they've got. It's $100, and that'll do you fine. You don't need a nice blower until leaf season. So save up your money, and if you're able to get a blower, and sometime during the season, great. If not, just wait till leaf season and buy a backpack then. Or just keep an eye on Craigslist. But that's what I would do. So if I had to start it all over again, I would be back in business for less than $300. Or if I bought everything brand new, I would be back in business for $450. just wanted to pass that on. Thought it would be helpful. Hopefully it is. But I'd be interested in hear what you guys think. Like, if you had to start all over again, what would you use? How much would you have to spend? I'm a big proponent of doing things as cheaply as possible so that I can keep as much of my money as I can. But I'm curious to hear what you would do. So let me know in the comments below. There are so few people watching my videos, I'll definitely respond to you. Thanks a lot.